Shakir Omar, da da da, on loan from Atalanta. Omar. Hello? Angie Postacoglu, what's going on, mate? Yeah, you beat me. Hilarious, mate, hilarious. Yeah, mate, window's going okay. Yeah, got a new boy in. Yeah, club record fee as well. Yeah, mate, huge money. I think you make more in a week. What do you mean you're leaving Scotland? No, mate, no, you can't leave. I haven't beaten you to the league title yet. The Premier League in England. Do you have anybody you can loan me? Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Queen of the South. It's Season 3, it's Episode 5 on the Impossible Dream as we look to win the Champions League with our Scottish club. And today we have games against St Johnstone and also Inverness in the league as we look to try and get ourselves into Europe for the first time. Now there's quite a bit to catch you up on since last episode. I mean, really the least important news is the fact that Ange Postecoglou has left Celtic. He has gone off to Crystal Palace. It means I am the only Australian manager now. I didn't know he was capped by the Socceroos. Anyway, beside the point. I'm now the only Australian that is left in the Scottish Premiership, or maybe Scotland as a manager in general. So, yeah, I mean, it's sad to see him go, I suppose, but, you know, we don't know who we're going to get at Celtic now. Maybe it'll be somebody that's better. Maybe it'll be somebody that struggles, and it opens up a spot in that top two for us. Now, the window is open. We're January 13th, and we have made a signing, a transfer club record signing. And that is for this man. Reece Lyon has joined us from Greenock Morton. £82,000 we've paid for him. There was a release fee, an active release fee for our relegation clause. And, I mean, he's just a good, solid midfielder. He's got a little bit of potential to grow. He's a little bit of an upgrade on the likes of, say, Harry Cochrane. So I think we were a little bit short for sort of quality midfielders now. And he can do that. You know, he's a decent tackler, decent passer, decent long shot, decent. It's just decent, isn't he? So I think for 82,000, considering where we are financially, it's not the worst thing. He's come through at Greenock Morton. He has played in the Championship and played well in the Championship. He went down to League One, which is apparently why there was. I always think if you get promoted again, that active relegation clause should be cancelled out. If they're back in the division they started in. But anyway, there was an active clause there, so we went and we got him. So that is excellent. But less excellent news is this. It is the fact that Aidan Fitzpatrick is leaving us to join Inverness of all teams. His contract was up at the end of the year. You may remember earlier on in the season he was unhappy with me. He was never really willing to negotiate a contract with us. When Inverness came in, we did offer him a contract and he's joined Inverness for essentially the same money. So it's a small blow in that he was doing well this year and we're sort of back to not really having wingers again, though we do have McDade who can play on the right side, so it's not the end of the world, and he's here till January anyway. But yeah, that's a slight shame, I would say, that we're going to lose Aidan Fitzpatrick. But we're going to get to the end of the year and we'll assess and go again in the summer as to exactly what we want to do in terms of a formation for next season. Now, there are some games to catch you up on since last episode. Now, of course, we got a little bit of a spanking by Celtic as I look to rotate and just sort of try maybe something that was never going to work in terms of playing against Celtic to rest some players as well. So we had the 3 games left until the end of the festive fixtures, and we had the mini winter break in Scotland. The first of those games was against Livingston, so let's see how it went. McAllister crossed for Shakir Omar to give us an early lead. And some good passing was finished by McAllister to make it 2-0 at half-time. Livingston pulled one back early in the second half, before Omar Shakir played in Fitzpatrick for our third. But Livingston managed a late consolation. So we were the better team in this one, but we definitely made hard work of it as well. You can see from the XG tracker that they actually out-XG'd us in the end, and they outshot us as well. But both teams had 8 on target, and we happened to find the back of the net more, which was obviously nice. Yeah, I don't know. It was enough to get the job done, and I suppose that is the main thing. Next up, it was Hibernian. We fell behind early, and we're 2-0 down at half-time. Goss won possession for Thomas to pull one back, but we couldn't get a second. So we were really, really poor in this game. I don't really understand what happened. Yeah, I don't know if it was a tied performance from us or what, but you can see from the XG tracker, we came back into it, and in the end, maybe we're unlucky not to get something. But yeah, you can look at those match ratings. I think it's, I don't know, tiredness. I'm going to put it down to tiredness. The final game before the winter break was against Dundee United, so let's see how that went. We fell behind just before half-time, and then conceded a second in the second half. It is unbelievable that we lost this game. We hit the post 3 times. We seemed to hit everything but the back of the net. You can see from shots that it was a very even game. XG would suggest that we were slightly the better of the two teams. And yeah, I mean, poor defending from set pieces, which is something we've worked on over the winter break. I don't know. It was just, we were destined to not win this game, unfortunately. So that means that recent form is troublesome. Now, we are at the end of that very hectic December sort of festive period, and we don't have the greatest squad depth going around, so maybe that has affected us, but we need to start and turn this around if we want to get back into... well, we're not back into European contention. We're still sitting third in the league, as we can see there, but it's just a little bit troublesome, obviously, the way that things are tracking just now. But we've got St Johnstone first up today, and then Inverness. So we've got two teams that are in the bottom half of the table and a chance to sort of turn that form around as well. Now, there was a question in the comments an episode or two ago about what European places are for what. So there are one Champions League group stage berth and one in the qualifying round. So the top 2 get into the Champions League. Then we've got Europa League for 3rd place, and then Europa Conference League for the next 2 after that. Now, I'm assuming the 5th place is going to depend on who wins the Scottish Cup, and I'm assuming that will go to Conference League and not Europa League, but I could be wrong. Now, I'm pretty sure that the winners of the Scottish Cup, because it was St Johnstone, wasn't it? And were they maybe they were in the Europa? Anyway, we'll figure it out when we get there, but there are 2 Champions League berths and 1 Europa League. That's the breakdown there for you. Now, let's go and have a look and see what we're doing here against St Johnstone. And you can see we're expecting a 5-3-2 or a 5-2-1-2 or whatever you want to call that from them. So wingbacks, basically. And this is the team that we are sending out. What am I doing here? What have I done? Here we go. All right, so it's Eastwood in goal. It's the Aero... Sure, Jakoviti, Feratovic and Bradley as the back 4. It's Goss, Cochrane and Morton in there in midfield. McAllister has been playing well as a number 10, so we're going to keep him in there. Bishop, his recent form has just fallen off a cliff, so I can't justify picking him. So we're going to go with McAllister. It's going to be Thomas and Shakir Omar up top. Durwan's got a bit of a knock on the bench, but he should be fine, and he's a backup goalkeeper, so that's absolutely fine. And a new name on the bench is Summers, who we signed this summer just gone. We need to give him a little bit of game time if he's going to develop, so he's there if the game's going well or badly. We'll look to give him a Queen of the South debut. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. Now, if you're wondering about the new guy, he came to us with an injury, so he's not quite fit for this one. Let's put a poor end, go out there, make it count, or do we go with the assistant and say, give him a lot of credit lately, go out there, put on a worthy display? I mean, that kind of... it doesn't go. Let's just play a natural game, boys. Let's just play our natural game and put this poor run of fixture results to an end. Now, one thing I have done as well is change the season expectations. So we are now expected to get a top half finish. I figured that was more or less done anyway. You know, we'd certainly be disappointed not to get top half at this point. And it just meant that we got a little bit more money in the budget to spend. So it enabled us to actually go and sign Lyon, because otherwise we're at or over our budget, as I always am with the wage budget. So season expectations have gone up, but like I say, I think that's where we're at now anyway. Now we've got a little bit of a chance on the break here. McAllister back to Morton, looking for Omar Shakir, but couldn't quite find him. Oh dear. We've been ripped apart by Hungbo, and Hungbo has... well, he's given St Johnstone the lead, and are we hitting a little bit of just a bad patch of form? And it's not even a bad patch of form anymore. This is losing 4 of the last 5. And we can't blame tiredness because, well, we're just coming off the winter break. Let's give him some encouragement. We might need to go back to Olafunwa and Iakoviti as the back 2, maybe. Yeah. This is not how it was supposed to be. All right, so we're not creating anything like this. So let's raise the tempo. Let's maybe look to exploit the flanks without necessarily looking for the overlaps and see if that works for us. It's just a little, yeah, slightly troubling, isn't it? Here we go. Goss over a free kick. Can he find a teammate's head? It's Ferratovic. And it's just over the top. But at least we've shown some signs of life. Here we go. Bradley with a throw. Morton gets it forward for Cochrane. Back to Bradley. Gets the cross in towards Thomas. Oh, and that was on target, wasn't it? But the goalkeeper's made a decent save there. Highlight continues. Iacovitti down for Cochrane. Goss. Back to Cochrane. Morton. Good ball forward there for Bradley. Can he pick out Omar Shakir is in there? Can he pull it back? He does. It's Omar Shakir. It's Shakir Omar, I should say. Gets an 11th goal of the season. He just can't stop scoring. And, well, there is definitely a new song for him, isn't there? That you heard in the intro there. I'm not going to sing it just now because nobody wants to hear it again, let's face it. It's a decent header. The goalkeeper, having made a good save, has rather blotted his copybook there, hasn't he? But let's keep encouraging them. And the change that we've made tactically appears to be working. Cochrane again to Aliero. To Goss. Come on. Can we get a go-ahead goal here? Aliero with a good ball in. It's headed away, though. And everybody was on that one corner. And I'll be opened up to the counter-attack here. Ferratovic has been beaten in behind by Hungbo. But this time, Eastwood is equal to the shot. Just maybe need to be a little bit careful getting caught out over the top like that, don't we? Is it going to be 1-1 at the break? I mean, their XG suggests they should be clear and gone, but we've not been too bad after we changed that little tactical tweak there. So, what do we say? Unlucky so far. Let's maybe go with that. Try and build as much confidence as we can. And we just need to, I mean, maybe even a point here isn't the worst thing, just to stop the rot kind of thing. It is a home game, though, against a team in the bottom half. You'd like to be winning it. Particularly if we do have ambitions of getting into Europe. I don't think it would necessarily really matter if we got Europa League or Europa Conference League. Obviously, Europa League gives us the safety net of a parachute for after Christmas, but I think initially, Hungbo has a second, and we've started the second half about as badly as we started the first half. Yeah, I think initially it would just be about getting into a group stage, and Ferratovic he's annoying me. So we'll get Olafonwa on. Yeah, it would just be about getting into the group stage and just banking the money, basically. I think there is a little bit more money around the Europa League, so maybe that would be what we'd want, but it doesn't. I don't think it necessarily matters that much. Goss! It was on target, but the goalkeeper equal to it again. McAllister's not having a great game in there, playing as a number 10. I wonder if wingers might be a decent option, given that they have just wing backs. We might be able to get an overload in wide areas. We might even look to do that after this highlight ends. Can we win this ball back? What we don't want, of course, is falling a third goal. Or second, we two back, but you know what I mean. Conceding a third goal. Hungbo again. Somebody, I mean, he's not that difficult to see, is he? We're a shambles all of a sudden. And all the fantastic start, the win against Rangers, the points against Celtic. They're all just being for nothing right now because we can't get anywhere near Hungbo. All right, so we need to change. Okay, so we're going to go back to the old 4-4-2. It gives us the chance then to maybe get the overlaps. We might as well look for them as well. So changes were made. Cochrane is going off. It's going to be McPherson coming on. Bradley will push forward to play as a right-sided winger there. And hopefully we'll, show some sort of signs of life here. We've got a throw. Areo there for McAllister. Can he? Oh, he's done well. Omar. Oh, it's a good save from the goalkeeper. And we've got a corner. McPherson to take. Can the sub produce a bit of magic for us? That is behind by the defender, and he was not mucking around. I don't think I've ever seen a header go that far before. Come on, boys. Come on. If we can get one, we can get two. Arieo is just been a massive disappointment. I'm tempted, very, very tempted to just cancel his loan because I think he's one of our top paid players, if not the top paid player. The problem is that maybe we just go with Hendry and Iakoviti as a rotating for that left back option. I mean, there's nothing happening here, is it? It's been a terrible, terrible display from us. And the struggles continue after the winter break. Have we been slightly... I mean, XG would suggest no, we have not been slightly unlucky there. We can't be happy with that. So down to 4th we go, and suddenly that bottom half of the table is creeping up on us a little bit more than we'd like. So St Johnstone get the better of Queen of the South, outperformed by, yeah, we were definitely outperformed. So wait right there, it is Inverness next. They're bottom of the league. If there's one game we would want to try and get things back on track, it would be bottom of the league, wouldn't it? So yeah, let's hope we take advantage of that. Okay, welcome back. Now we have some good news and some bad news with Omar Shakir, or Shakir Omar. He has been called up by the Sweden manager. The bad news, of course, is that he's going to miss this game. So that is a little bit of a piss off, if I'm honest. So we don't have Omar Shakir for this one. The other news is Celtic have a new manager. And it's Paul Lambert of Aston Villa fame, of course. So he was at Dundee United, and to be fair, when he came in, they've beaten us twice. So he won the League Cup with them as well. So he probably deserves a crack at it. So Paul Lambert will be the new Celtic manager. Let's hope he struggles massively, and we can take some more points off them. But let's have a look at what we're doing here against Inverness. They're bottom of the league. We're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them. And with Omar Shakir out, we are going back to try something that I think we tried in our promotion season and gave up on. But we're going to try this formation. So it's Eastwood in goal. It's Areo. Now, this is last chance saloon for him. He is our top paid player. If he doesn't show me something that suggests he can play football, then we're going to cancel that contract. And what we'll do then is the rest of this season, we'll just try and get by with Hendry as one of the options to play left back. And the other option will be Iakoviti, and we'll just deal with it in the summer. But I'm not going to pay 2.1 or just over $2,000 a week out for someone who is just stinking the place out. So it'll be Iakoviti, Alafunwa, and Bradley as the back four. Morton will be the deep line playmaker. McPherson's going to have to come in and play in midfield for us. He's more than he's a natural midfielder, so he's more than capable of playing there for us. And it will be Cochrane next to him. It'll be Fitzpatrick and McAllister providing the width. It'll be Josh Thomas up front. The bench is Ali Roy. There's a few lacking match sharpness here. McDade, Reece Lyon, the new boys on the bench, so we'll try and give him some game time here. Hendry, Blair Spittle, Feratovic, and Doohan makes up, as I say, the bench. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. Mark Geraldo, now he is on loan from Man United, I'm assuming. I'm pretty sure I had to sell him because he's not English in the Manchester United series. But yeah, he's a good right back. I don't even want to think what would happen here if we don't win this. I want us to improve and put an end to these bad run of results. Let's finger point and say that. It just seems like a bit of a mental block that we have, doesn't it? We should be more than good enough to beat Inverness. And well, let's just see how this goes. Hopefully, as I say, we'll get ourselves back on track. I honestly do think it might just be a case of getting that one win and we'll be underway again. We were really unlucky against Dundee United, so you know it's not quite as bad as it looks, but certainly we need to get ourselves back on track here, don't we? This is a promising start. There's a good ball for McAllister. He's had to go across the goalkeeper. He's gone near post, and he was offside in any case, so it wouldn't have mattered. Come on, boys, come on. Let's give them some encouragement. At home to bottom of the table, though, there really is not much excuse here, is there? The problem we have, I think, is all the players appear to be out of form at the same time. You may have noticed, I meant to point it out, actually, the sort of the last 5 games. I think the only players that are averaging over 7 are, I think it's McAllister and Thomas are the only 2. Everybody else has just completely lost form. Here we go, McPherson, ball forward for Fitzpatrick, and he finds, oh, Jesus Christ. the less said about that shot, the better. Do we just get McDade on out there? He's the option for next season, isn't he? So, as things stand, we'll look to strengthen as we go through the summer. McAllister's only playing a 6.4. His recent good form appears to be deserting him. All right, let me have a think about this. We've got to change something, surely. All right, so what we're going to do, I probably should have showed you. We're not going to look for overlaps, and we're just going to raise the tempo a little bit and just look to exploit the flanks. Since we have wingers out there. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know what to do with this team. We've forgotten how to play. Thomas, a lot of players around him. And unsurprisingly, he loses out. I mean, you know when you're getting desperate, don't you? When you're changing formations every second game and just trying to find something that works. It's becoming a bit of a long old highlight, and we have possession. Let's hope we keep it. Here we go with McAllister. He's done well so far. Can he get that cross in? He can. It's Thomas. Oh, we cannot hit a barn door right now. The problem is that there's so much to work on in training. Yeah, we can't work on defending and attacking at the same time. We've got just try and get something right. I've gone with defense for this in between these two games because I figured, if you don't concede, you don't lose. Don't lose faith. I mean, we maybe have to... If we look at it again, trying to find positives, we've created at least 2 chances there that you would expect... Well, you'd expect at least one of them to go in the back of the net, wouldn't you? So, it's not maybe been quite as bad as it looks. Cochrane with a ball in. It is a penalty. It is a penalty. Now, Goss, who normally takes them, is out injured for this one. It's going to be Josh Thomas. I don't know if he's taken a penalty. I think he has taken a penalty for us before. And finally, something goes in. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he scored the penalty last time he took one, but I didn't want to jinx it before he took it. But I'm pretty sure that he did score last time he took. I mean, it was not a great penalty, and the goalkeeper probably should have stopped it. But it's in the back of the net, and that is the main. We've come straight back. Of course we have. Oh, don't do it to me, guys. I'm in a very fragile state of mind here. This needs to not end up in the back of our net. We've seen absolutely nothing from them. And Iakovic, tell you what, it's the most risky challenge you'll ever see. But he somehow managed to slide in from behind and win that ball cleanly. I mean, it would have been a red card and a penalty, wouldn't it? Because he surely wouldn't have been considered to be playing the ball coming in from that angle. But suddenly things look a little bit rosier for us. Areo in his show me you can play football game is playing a 6-9. Is that enough? I wanted to make a change. I want to get Reece Lyon on the field if we can. So let me think about how we do that. So what we'll do, Morton is the tighter of the midfielders, and the other two are having a good game. So we'll drop Lyon in there. He's more than capable of playing. Not quite as good defensively, perhaps, but he should be absolutely fine there. Is there anything else we want to do? I don't think so. So we'll make that sub. We'll get a first look at Lyon in a Queen of the South jersey. We'll just go back to positive as well. And yeah, I mean, there is a lot more to like about this. We're smashing them on the XG. What we're not doing is scoring goals, though. All right, so let's make another change here. Let's get McAllister off. Let's get McDade on and as an inverted winger. Just try something a little bit different to throw at them. And see how that goes for us. Let's give that a focus. If we could get a second goal, I'd be very, very happy. But we've got defending to do, it looks like. McPherson gets it clear. Fitzpatrick going to close down the ball. Comes back forward. Here we go. Here's a chance. Fitzpatrick has got Thomas with him. Fitzpatrick finds Thomas. I think he was onside. It's tackled away. Fitzpatrick lobs. Oh, up in the net. Unlucky there for Aidan Fitzpatrick. But we're coming into stoppage time. We should probably close the game down. It's not like we're in good form. Okay, so we have closed the game down. One change we're going to make is Bradley, who's knackered, and an attacking player. He's coming off. Olafun will go to right back. Veritovic will come in and play centre-back. And, well, like I say, we're into stoppage time. Can we just see this out, please? Thank you, Jesus, for that. We've won a game of football. It should have been more, but ultimately, I mean, it took a penalty, but we got there. So that's enough for me. The performance was frustrating because it only highlights like consistency. That's just build confidence. Well done, boys. Well done. So there we go. Suddenly we're back to third, and what's the problem? Not quite doing it as I would like, but Lion has made his debut, so that's good. And there we go. That is it for today. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget, of course, to subscribe if you're new. It is going well. We're in third. That's where I think we want to try and finish. The old firm, they're gone and done for this season as far as we're concerned. It's just about, look at that. We've got 4 teams on 28 points, and only one of them can make the top half. But that's 9 points back of us. So even though we have had a terrible run of form, we're still in a really good spot. And that I think we can take as a positive as well. So I think what we'll do is we'll come back. Let's maybe not do Rangers this time. Let's maybe come back for Aberdeen's the big one for us, isn't it? So let's come back for Dundee, who are 9th, and then a home game against Aberdeen, which could go a long way to determine who comes sort of 3rd and 4th in the league. We might come back a little bit sooner if there's a cup tie after this one that is probably one of the old firm teams, to be honest, but I don't know when that, it might even take place in there somewhere anyway. So that'll be next episode. It'll be Dundee and Aberdeen. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Bill, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.